you don't need money, you need trust. Hey everybody, what the hell is up? I'm Bella. I like to do spirituality content, vlogs, lifestyle, but today specifically is gonna be a little bit more on the spiritual side, more on the science side, to be honest. Like, it's gonna be a mix of science and spirituality, and I'm gonna be talking about how you don't need money, you need trust. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy for you to be here. And if you are not new, welcome the fuck back. You already know what the fuck is going on. So let's just get into it. About 2 years ago, I was 19 and I had gotten kicked out of my house in about July, I want to say. I got kicked out, and at the time I was down bad. But now I see that it was pushing me in the right direction. Like, I knew where I wanted to go, and that was kind of pushing me to get my shit together and get my goals in order. So a little bit about that time, I was probably like the most lack mindset that I had ever been. Like, I had moved in with a friend, and the conditions were just not, they just weren't, nothing felt accessible to me, okay? My mindset at that time was that I had nobody, I had no money, I just felt like I had nothing, okay? I had no, will to do anything and all that. And the conditions, I didn't have hot water, I didn't have a bed that I could sleep in, I slept on, an air mattress. There was no food in the fridge, no water to drink, and yeah, so it was just very lackful times, honestly. And from that, I started seeing that, what was I seeing? From that, I honestly thought that I had to depend on other people for money. At that time, my thought was I have to depend on someone else with more money than me because I can't take care of myself, or I had to get it from somewhere that I don't enjoy, or work underneath somebody and just not enjoy how I made money. Those were just my beliefs, that I didn't have enough. So I ended up moving back in with my family for a little bit, and then I found an apartment. And then I was looking for apartments. I found an apartment that was over my spending limit, and it scared me because I had never lived in an apartment before. I had never lived on my own, period. I had never paid a bill, period. And the price of the apartment was $11.45. So, not even knowing how much money I made a month, I signed the lease, and I kind of just hoped that the rent would be there when I needed it to be there. And I think this was the beginning of the journey that I started to go on, of realizing that I don't need money, I need trust. Because I solely signed that lease on trust that the money would be there. I didn't even know if I made that much money a month, or if I would be. I knew that I made that much money, but I didn't know if I would be able to shop like I used to, if I would be able to feed myself, pay my fucking car insurance. I didn't know any of these things. So I just did it, and I trusted. A couple of months into living there, I quit my job, and I was applying to places, but I could not find another job until one of my friends, she was moving, and she had a job that she was doing for somebody, and then I got that job, and that paid my bills. And I was honestly broke as fuck. The job that I had before, I had a little bit more money, but the job then that I had switched for, I was making nothing. Like, I was spending everything on my rent, and then I had like very little left over to do everything else that I like to enjoy. And then one day I was just like, fuck, I'm down bad. Like, I took a look at my life and I was like, I'm down extremely, tremendously bad. What do I do? I took some shrooms. Okay, I took about an eighth, a little bit less than an eighth. I think I took like 2 grams. I don't know specifically because they were like chocolate truffles, but them bitches were strong. Let me tell you, them bitches were strong. I laid in my bed for 3 hours looking at the fucking ceiling and the walls, like tweaked out my mind. So if you've never done shrooms before, I suggest do it in a very small dosage. I used to do them when I was younger, but I didn't have the like conscious awareness that I did when I did them again. So when I took a big amount that time, I literally got knocked on my ass, and all I kept thinking was like, I am everything right now. Like, I am everything. And I was just laying in my bed, like staring at my fucking ceiling, laying in my bed, and I was like, there's nothing for me to like worry about because I am everything. That was the conclusion that I had come to after that trip. So after doing that big trip, I was like, okay, well, this showed me something, and it made me feel way different than the emotions that I had coming into this. So I'm gonna do it again. And I did littler dosages. I microdosed for a month in August. If you're curious to know how that went for me, I have a video on it, a whole month of microdosing. And that's where I started realizing that, like, I am everything. You are everything. I didn't understand this. So hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I realized I am everything, and if I'm everything, then I am also money. Like, money is not outside of me. Okay? I started getting a little bit deeper into that, and I started getting a little bit deeper into that and like understanding, like, okay, how is money not outside of me? Like, how is money a part of me? Because I understood a little bit, but like it wasn't integrated in my body. Like I didn't feel the proof in my life. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm money, but I'm broke as fuck. So how am I money? Well, example A. So basically, everything is energy. What is energy? Well, this is an atom, and energy is basically a bunch of atoms jumping off of each other, okay? And to go deeper into it, an atom is, so this is the nucleus of an atom. It's like the powerhouse or whatever. It has like it's the most potent part of the energy, okay? It's the most potent part of the atom, the nucleus. So the nucleus consists of protons and neutrons, protons being positively charged and neutrons being neutral. And then circulating all around it in like all these different motions are electrons, and those are negatively charged, okay? This is what everything consists of. Everything consists of the protons, neutrons, and electrons just circulating outside of each other. The negative charge keeps all of this in there, okay? So, now that we know what an atom is and what energy actually is, let's start going into the integrating. Because fast forward to when I was moving out of my last apartment, I had no idea what the fuck I was gonna do. Like, I had no money saved up. I had a vision of where I wanted to go, but I didn't have any of the materials that I needed to get there. Specifically money. So, a couple weeks later, after like freaking out about it, I put my trust in the universe, and I was like, you've never left me homeless, so I'm gonna put this in your hands again. A friend had reached out to me. She offered me a room at her house, and it was half the rent that I was paying before, in a different state. But I was like, fuck it, let's go, because I wasn't going home. That was not gonna be an option. Like, my dad said that I could come home, but I was like, I don't want to come home, I want to go. So put my trust in the universe again and moved to a different state. Still had no money. Like, I probably had like a couple $100s to my name, like literally maybe like $300 to my name at max. And off to Arizona I went. And the first month they actually like had their rent already like set up, so they were like, you don't even have to pay us the first month. And I was like, wow, that's insane. Like, the universe really did this. Like, something, or God, whatever you want to believe in, like something sent me this. Like, this is a blessing. Like, I saw it as a straight blessing, because I would not have been able to pay rent if they made me pay that. And they didn't know that I didn't have the money. Like, they just offered that. Okay, that's a big thing. They did not know that I was broke as fuck. And granted, like, I could have asked my dad for money if I needed the rent, but I don't like doing that. So yeah. And I've just been realizing, like, fast forward to now, we're gonna get real. Right now, talking about right now, I had a job when I first moved out here, and they paid me very, very well, like very well. But I was exhausted and I was not happy, so I asked for a sign to quit, and I got that sign, and so I quit. I don't have a job right now. My rent was still paid though. Like, I've just been realizing that, like, you don't need money. Like, even though I've had no money, I've still had everything that I've needed and more. Like, especially right now. Like, before, I didn't really trust that the things would be there, so they weren't. They were in very low quantities. But since, like, I've been asking God, like, show me how to remove my financial blockages, and I feel like he's just been literally cutting me off to any way I've been making money that doesn't genuinely serve what I want in life. So from an outside perspective, I look very immature, very like, what the fuck are you doing? But in my perspective, like, everything has been provided for me. Like, I don't need anything. I genuinely have had everything that I needed put on a silver platter in front of my face, simply because I have been like, God provides, universe provides. The universe never lets me go without, and I've been trusting that more. And I feel like the more I'm trusting it, the more abundance is flowing in. And I don't even have a job right now. Like, I was taken on a trip. I don't know how to explain it, guys, but literally, like, I haven't needed anything. Like, and I realized that, like, I'm so rich in everything that, like, you don't need money. Like, yes, you need money to survive, but what brings that money is trust. Money is energy, and if you don't trust that that energy is gonna be there, it won't. But the more you start telling yourself and looking for the abundance, like looking for the people that just buy you lunch, looking for someone that just like helps you open the door, it's just training yourself to look for it and trusting it more, trusting that you don't need money. The universe is money, and it's constantly sending you abundance, if you get what I mean. So I've just been called to like share this story. I honestly don't even want to share this story. Even in my head right now, I'm like, this is not a good story. Why am I sharing this? But it really is. It really is, because bitch, I don't know how I've made it here. I mean, like, I do, but like, without trust, I would not be where I am right now. I would not have everything that I have right now without realizing and like taking the time to really notice that abundance is all around you. Everything is energy. What was the quote? Albert Einstein said, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only change to a different form. So that means everything that you could ever want, everything that you could ever want to be, is not created or destroyed. It's just a form that you need to reach, a form that you need to call into existence, a form that you need to match the vibration of. And I'm not too sure. I mean, I did a little bit of research on this, but I think it's like however powerful these negative charges are is how much this will be able to hold, is depending on how much the nucleus will be able to hold. So if you just like expand by trusting, you'll be able to hold more in the nucleus. Think of yourself as one big atom, and your vessel is a mix of positive and neutral charging molecules. When you're filling yourself with negativity, this is going to get smaller, causing less abundance, which is the positive and the neutral. It's going to shrink because you're pushing the negativity closer to you. Because this is you, right? Let's pretend, let me get this one. Let's pretend this is you, okay? You have a bunch of positive and neutral molecules, and that's what this is. It's a big molecule of negative and, you are a big molecule of positive and neutrally charged molecules, whatever. And you also have a circle rotating around you of negative electrons. Okay, because you are just one big atom. You are a bunch of atoms together, but like, the more negative you think, the more you're like, oh, I have nothing. Pop, one goes and it gets smaller. Oh, this is missing. Pop, another one gets smaller. And then eventually you're a tiny little and then eventually the negativity is tightly around your abundance. And you're getting an abundance of negativity, of lack. Because when you're in lack, think about it. When you're in lack, you're still in abundance because you still have a lot of lack around you. Think about someone that has money. Think about somebody that has more money than you. What is the difference? They know that money is going to be there. They have more trust that it is going to be there, no matter what they're doing. So, but then, if you focus on the positive and neutral molecules that are in your energy field, when you see someone opens the door for you, somebody buys you lunch, that's abundance. That's still the universe giving you something that you did not have. When you realize that this is abundance, this is the money that you're looking for, bloop, another one will pop up. Let me get my marker. So, when you're in lack and you're focusing on how you don't have anything, these are popping and this is getting smaller. This circle will only be as big as how much you are allowing in here, how much you are recognizing, how much you are trusting. Okay? And then compared to when you notice someone opens the door for you, boop, 1 pops up. When you notice someone bought you lunch, boop, another 1 pops up. This circle is gonna get bigger because you're trusting, you're creating more space. You're creating more space with your awareness. So the negative charged circle is going to expand and allow more positive and neutral molecules in because you're calling that in. So, I mean, you don't have to take much advice from me because I still am like understanding, but I feel like the universe has taken everything away that I can generate myself and is showing me that like it doesn't go anywhere. Energy doesn't go anywhere. Money doesn't go anywhere. It's just given from different avenues. But the more that you notice that, the more you're allowing it to flow in. So, next time you catch yourself thinking, oh, I'm broke, I have nothing, I need more, realize how much you already have, what you already have that you can be grateful for to allow more in. Because the universe is only responding to your feelings. Why'd my camera move? The universe is only responding, confirmation. The universe is only responding to your feelings. So the more that you focus on having not enough, the more you're forcing that negative circle to close you and get rid of the abundance. But the more you realize it's already there, it's always been there, it's never gonna leave, the more you're allowing the negative electrons to expand. The more you're allowing your field to expand. So, I hope that made some sense. If it didn't, I don't know what to tell you. But that's my sign to go. I hope that you... So that's all I really have to share with you guys. I was just feeling called to share that. And I'm going to keep you guys updated.
In the fight and having no pressure on you, nothing to really lose. I honestly look at if Dustin Poirier had a fight.
Anyways,
That he had nothing to
I
lose.
love you guys. If you stayed to the end of this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know what you're going through and what are you guys having the most trouble trusting in? Like,
How does he have pressure? Everyone. It's just like you're talking about. All
anyways,
experts are saying there's a dog.
I love you.